Welcome to a Gold Proving Grounds guide, Healing for Restoration Druids. These are the talents that I recommend taking. These are my glyphs. And this is what passes for my equipment, with a focus on mastery. Alrighty, Resto Druids are all about the HOTS. You've got to upkeep your HOTs, keep them rolling at all times to hopefully keep the targets topped off. If you don't, you wind the risk of falling behind and then being unable to keep up. And he's going to start spamming spells on the Cave and the Analyst, so let's just throw some HOTs on him. And hot up the tank. And there we go. Wave 1 really isn't there much to it. Gotta deal with a Flame Caller and a Sarok, and they go down without too much trouble. Now Wave 2, we gotta deal with a Jinyu ad. And what he does is he'll apply a debuff on a dot on targets that if you don't dispel it after a few seconds, it's gonna explode and do a crap ton of damage to the whole group. So the instant you see that, just go ahead and dispel that, and you'll be good to go. Go ahead and top this tank off. Regrowth him. Dispel the Aqua Bomb. Oh, I was a little bit too slow on that. Dispel that. And I'm just going to go ahead and blow Swiftmend and top off the tank. Now, Illusionary Tunnelers are a very annoying ad because they apply a debuff on a target that just does continuous damage to them. And this dot does not go away until you heal the target over 90% of its HP. So essentially, you just have to spam heals on whoever gets afflicted by this dot until they're topped off, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. After that, you just top off anybody who might be taking damage, and you'd be good to go. And I got afflicted by the dot. Go ahead and just blow that Sumerian Ward on me. Bark Skin. Regrowth. And Healing Touch. And I get topped off. And I go Sumerian Ward. Now I gotta top off this bugger. Top off him. There we go. As you see, you just have to quickly top off targets that get afflicted by that dot. And there we go. Now, Wave 5 is one of the more difficult waves, and you're gonna want to blow a cooldown on it. And he applied that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit him like that. Top that off, dispel that. Blow Sumerian Ward. Refresh that, hit that. I'm gonna go ahead and just blow my Tree of Life and begin spreading around rejuvenations. And go ahead and hit Genesis, which just is massively empowered when you're in your Tree of Life form. Not that rejuvenation isn't empowered as it is. And I'll just top off that tank. And put a few more heals on myself. And we're good to go. Now, Wave 6 has an ad that is flat out a tank killer. And if you're not careful, he's going to eat your tank's face. I'm going to go ahead and just bash him. As you see, I'm spamming heals on the tank. Boom, boom. Blow Sumerian Ward. And just spam. You've literally just got to, while he's active, and whenever he decides to become empowered, which is when he basically grows really, really big, You got to deal with that. You just have to spam heals on your tank. Spam healing touch, spam regrowth, and you'll be good to go there. Because he can drop your tank in about 2 seconds from 100 to dead if you're not consistently keeping him. Which, since druids, of course, don't have a lot of high-powered heals in order to blow in that kind of scenario, you really just need to make sure you're upkeeping all your hots and are spamming on him. And I'm just going to go ahead and Iron Bark the tank. And boom, top him off. Blow Cenarian Ward on him. As you can see, I'm throwing a lot of preventative stuff on there because this big guy just got empowered. And now I'm just going to go ahead and stun him. You can't actually stun him while he's empowered. That would seem like the easy way to handle it. And it would seem like a smart way to handle it. But unfortunately, you just can't. He is immune to stun effects while he's grown all massive and huge. I'll just blow my free rejuvenation. You actually start getting a fair amount of free time just to sit at the end of the wave and regen your mana and just prepare for the next wave. Tree of Life is just about back up.
I will protect you.
Kicked that so I didn't have to bother with it. I'll bash that so we don't have to bother with it. There's the big damage on the tank going out. But thankfully I've got enough HOTS and enough HOTs going off that it's not too problematic. And it wore off. As you can see, I'm just going to upkeep that. Swift Mend. Upkeep my HOTs, and the wave goes down in plenty of time. Wave 8 is the big break wave. You get over 20 seconds just to kind of sit and regen your mana. As you can see, my mana's getting pretty all the way back up to full. One thing to mention is I have actually macroed Nature's Vigil into my rejuvenation just so it's going off just on cooldown pretty much, just to add a little bit of extra damage in here. Just to speed up the waves just a little bit. Alright, wave 9 is a problem wave. You see I'm just unloading a whole bunch of heals. He's going to empower himself pretty soon. There it is. There's Iron Bark. He's going to run over to pick up more things. I'm going to just keep spamming stuff on him. Rejuve, empowered rejuve. As you can see, I'm just blowing as much heals as I can, as I possibly humanly can. I'm going to go ahead and bash him because the tank is going to be taking a shit ton of damage right here. Dispel that. As you can see, just unload everything. I'm going to go ahead and hit Tranquility. This just to handle blowing everything else back up. That'll top everybody off. Or at least come pretty close to it. Let me go ahead and unload more heals on the tank. And boom, boom. And now we've got our most powerful cooldown, Tree of Life, ready for the last wave. Here we go. Got to deal with the big guy. Now we got to handle this. I'm going to go ahead and throw Iron Bark on the tank. Spam that up. And blow that. Blow that. Here comes a whole load of damage, probably. And I'm just going to make sure you dispel that. Start spreading around the rejuvenation. More spamming on the tank, because he's going to be taking a crap ton of damage. I'm going to go ahead and blow Tree of Life. Blow Rejuvenation. Spam. Spam. Dispel. Begin spreading Rejuvenation around. You can go ahead and just unload all of your mana at this last wave. Hit your Genesis. As you can see, I'm just spamming. Get wild growth. And I'm gonna go ahead and just blow Iron Bark again. And that should be that. Pretty much throughout that is the worst part of the wave. Everything should just be dying and getting cleaned up at this point. Go ahead and just bash him. And down everything goes. Things get a little bit hectic, of course, near the end, but that's why you time out your cooldowns like that. Wave 9 blows Wave 5, you blow your Tree of Life. Wave 9, blow your Tranquility. And Wave 10, blow your Tree of Life. Those are when you should be hitting your cooldowns. Beyond that, save your Iron Bark for whenever those big guys enrage, the Giant Illusionary Mogu. Blow Cenarian Ward anytime they enrage or you anticipate a large burst of damage on your tank. Same thing with your Nature's Swiftness. Those are your emergencies. Spike the target back up. Make sure to prioritize healing up targets who have been afflicted by the Chomp from the Burrowers. And of course, dispel the Aqua Bombs every chance you get. Upkeep your HOTs, and you should do this without too much issue. Thanks for watching, and I hope this guide helps.